I don't see any reason to be a sort of either-or person. I never have, I think.
Hillary Clinton's life story is one of constant transformation. Transformations that chronicle, in some ways, the post-World War II history of the United States. From the Goldwater girl growing up in the Republican suburbs of Chicago to the anti-war activist at Yale Law School. From the children's legal advocate in Arkansas to the social engineering first lady.
I ask you to join me and the President in working for fundamental change in America's health care system.
From the national security hawk in the Senate to the well-traveled Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton has never stopped reinventing herself.
I suppose I could have stayed home and baked cookies and had teas, but what I decided to do was to fulfill my profession, which I entered before my husband was in public life.
I'm not sitting here as some little woman standing by my man like Tammy Wynette.
I am not a natural politician, in case you haven't noticed, like my husband or President Obama.
And 6 black pantsuits later, here we are.
To some, this is evidence of her constant calculation, of her unquenchable ambition. To others, it's evidence of her inexhaustible grit, a rare resilience. These qualities have allowed her to weather scandal and setback, the failure of her healthcare reform, the infidelities of her husband, the dogged questionings surrounding the Benghazi attack, and the shadow hanging over her email practices. But they've also brought her rare triumphs.
Thank you.
A first lady who ascended to the Senate, a defeated presidential candidate who became the nation's chief diplomat, a global celebrity who made the phrase "it takes a village" famous. As she claims the Democratic nomination and makes perhaps her last bid for the presidency, Clinton will have to call again on that grit and that resilience. This is Mark Landler with the New York Times.